Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Gravelgoeroes special podcast, live broadcast recorded at the headquarters of Castelli himself in Italy for a live audience. I'm Erwin, the host, and my co-host is Bert. Yo. And our main guest, our head guest, is Steve Smith.
Yo.
Good afternoon, Steve.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Okay. How are you?
Fantastic. Ready for the weekend.
I'm going to tell a little secret to the listener. Is the second recording because we did a complete podcast recording, but I didn't push the record button, so we are going to do it all over again. It was an easy way to get to know each other. So, okay. Steve, welcome to your own podcast. So, again, tell us, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
Okay. Who are you?
Who am I? So,
Oops.
I'm the head of cycling at Manifattura Valcismon.
Okay.
So that's the parent company.
Okay.
And you know us for our brands Castelli, you know Sportful. And then if you're looking at the performance outdoor world, you know our third brand, which is Carpos.
Yeah. I saw that on the flagship store where we were earlier, where we had lunch. A really nice brand also. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Luckily for us, you talk English because our Italian is only good to order pizza and spaghetti. Where are you from?
So I grew up in Oregon.
Okay.
And moved to Italy back in 2000.
Okay, 23 years ago.
Yeah.
Tell us, with what intention that you came over?
Yeah, so when I went to university, I spent a year in France.
Okay.
And then after university, I went to work at Nike, as you do from Oregon.
Okay.
Portland is the headquarters, and I spent 2 years at Nike's European headquarters near Hilversum.
Okay.
And just got the bug for adventure, and so my wife and I, we decided we'd sell everything we owned and move to Italy for an adventure. That was the start of it.
You made a clean chip in America.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just an adventure while you're young. You do foolish things.
Yeah, foolish things. Okay.
And the idea was already to work for Castelli, or not really?
Well, so I found the job first.
Okay.
The company, we just had the Sportful brand.
Okay.
So in the beginning, I worked with Sportful, just with Sportful.
Okay.
And we had, of course, we were sponsoring the maakten team. So Paris-Roubaix was always a celebration.
Yeah, of course.
And so in 2004, we bought Castelli, and so from 2004 to 2015, I was running both brands.
Okay.
It got to be too big, and we put a brand manager on Sportful, and then I'm head of all of cycling for the company.
Okay. Back in 2000, when you started here, that was in the time with Mappe, with Frank van den Broeken and things like and names like that.
Yeah, he left the year before that.
Okay.
So, I think in '99.
Of course. But with Johan Museo and things like that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, nice. Good to know. Did you came over as a cyclist, or did you came over as an American who never rode a bike?
No. I was a cyclist, always riding on a bike as a kid, and then I got my first road bike at 13 years old, and did my first race 2 years later, and then always raced as more of a hobby. I never really did it seriously. I was always going to school, to university, and then there's a job. But in Portland, when I lived there, it was phenomenal because I think the last year I was there was 288 race days on the calendar, and I raced 42 days while working full time. So it was
So it's really like a cycling region.
Yeah. Because in Belgium, racing of cycling is spoon-fed in from a young age. In America, is not, I guess.
No.
Not in the years that you were young.
It's probably as popular as baseball in Belgium.
Okay. Yeah, there are some people, they play baseball in Belgium, but I know not one of them.
It's like that. You know it exists, but you don't know anyone that does
No.
That's what it was like.
Works,
today is different. In
America,
of
course. Now is cycling big news, I guess.
Hey.
Yeah, bigger news than then.
Maybe more like basketball in Holland.
Okay, Belgium, So okay. Did you have a role model when you were young? why did you start with cycling? Because we have some young people, they started cycling because we have Tom Bonen, or we have at the moment Remco Evenepoel. Did you have some role model?
No, because back then, the professional cycling, we barely even knew that it existed. I mean, you knew that they did this in Europe.
In Europe.
But there was no internet, and there was only 2 or 3 cycling magazines, and we would get the news of the Ronde van Vlaanderen in July.
Okay, yeah.
So we didn't even know who won for 2 months.
It started with when Americans really started to compete in the Tour de France, like Greg LeMond, for example. But that's already late in the 80s.
Yeah, and I think it started really bloom with his second Tour de France victory in '89.
The epic struggle with Bernard Hinault.
Yeah. And so then it started to grow, and then with Armstrong,
of course, it took a high flight. Did you just told us that you immediately started with Castelli? Did you start at the same function then and now? Or?
Well, it was a much smaller company, so I think my title was more sales and marketing. Yeah, but even back then, everyone did everything because it's a small team. So
how big is your team here at headquarters?
So total people here at headquarters now is about 250 people working on all 3 brands.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
And then another 100 or so people around the world.
Okay.
Good we sell in 75 countries.
We had a tour this morning at the headquarters here, and we noticed. I noticed everyone was real dedicated and proud to work for Castelli and Sportful. And when you asked them, they were really proud.
Very enthusiastic to show.
To show. Oh yes, and only one thing: nobody talks English from the Italian people, or very little. So they. But they were really proud. You can see it on their faces.
It's also amazing to see how these custom kits are produced, because you think they roll out of a machine or it's something done in a low-wage country, but it's really actually all done here, and it takes quite some manual labor, and it's really a process to produce it. It's really fascinating to see that.
Oh, yeah, it is. So. Was really, but we come to our custom kit later. I guess you're a lover of bike racing, of course. Did you look to the Spring Classics?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure,
It was not the best year for Castelli, but with the teams that were not.
I mean, a little bit of bad luck.
Not much airtime,
but it was still some thrilling racing.
Yeah, of course. But not in the Spring Classics, but at the other rides with Remco, you had some airtime. So.
And I think we have more coming up soon.
Yeah, I hope so. Nearby also for you, I guess. Yeah. So at our place,
Giro comes by 6 kilometers away.
Okay.
Yeah.
We at Belgium, they say this Giro is made at the wishes of Remco to get him here, more or less. So it's gonna be an epic battle with Roglic, I guess.
Yeah. I don't think Roglic will make it easy for him, but
but the other way around also not. No. So that's the same. Steve, I guess you are also responsible for the gravel approach of Castelli. Mm-hmm. How did you come to gravel?
Well, even when I was a kid or racing and things, I'd always ride some on gravel with even our road 19 millimeter tires back then.
Okay.
So it was always a bit of an adventure. And then I started with mountain bikes when it was fixed forks and 1.9 inch tires. So that was really gravel with straight bars. Right?
With straight bars. Yeah.
And to me, it was like, that was even a more fun time of mountain biking. Today with full suspension, it's like taking a photo with your iPhone. You can take great photos, but it takes no skill.
No, it is.
But back then, you had to actually ride your bike.
Hard work.
That was always a fun thing for me. So, gravel was kind of a natural thing. So, my start with gravel was gravel bikes because I didn't really imagine the concept. But my first encounter with modern gravel was at Eurobike when Open Bicycles. Karl Froman was there with prototype of the new frame. and he's showing that. He's trying to describe to me what it is. It's like mountain bike, but with drop bars, and you can ride anywhere, and no suspension, and a Q factor like a road bike. So it's like a road bike, you can go off road. Which, I mean, when Gerard starts to talk his theoretical stuff, you just nod, right? But I liked the color. They had the open up frame in brown, and I said, that's what I want.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So in Castelli, there was, of course, a history of cycling clothes. They make more over 100 years of cycling clothes, something like that. Which product is your favorite of Castelli, and why?
Oof.
Tell us a story about.
I think the story that really leads to so many other things is the Gabba.
Okay.
It's
I know.
the first thing that people think of when they think
of... it calls the Perfetto, no?
So Gabba is the very specific short sleeve
okay,
jacket.
Yeah.
The family is called a Perfetto.
Okay, yeah. Tell us the story, please.
So Gabba, goes back to 2009 with the Cervelo test team, and a team really focused on the classics. Yeah. They were podium on Sanremo, Flanders, Roubaix, really. But that spring also was quite bad weather, so...
Okay.
They wanted to improve the clothing for cold and wet conditions, really looking for that competitive advantage when the weather is bad.
Okay.
So we did a focus group with a number of riders. Oddly enough, we had a race where all the riders were from wet countries.
Okay.
And so we sat these guys down before dinner and spent an hour and a half talking, and it was Gravelgoeroes.
Okay.
A Norwegian rider. Who now he's a director for Team Uno X, and he was the one that we spent 45 minutes talking about how to make their rain jacket better, like small improvements. And he was the one that said, but a lot of times when it's raining, it's not that cold. If you put on a big jacket that's flapping around, it takes extra watts to push it, and you get too hot, and so you're wet anyway. So what I try to do is he shows us this vest he had from his Credit Agricole days. Terrible.
Farmer vest.
Yeah, and it really was. It was like a big plastic sack.
Okay.
And he said that he in fact, he had blacked out the logos on it. So, but he said he used that when it was wet but not that cold, because you're going to be wet from the inside or the outside anyway, and you don't want to be too hot. So, and so that started this thinking of a number of ways where it was like, let's try to work on keeping you warm enough, but not too warm. Let's let some heat off through the arms when you don't need to be completely covered for cold conditions. And we had already been working on a new fabric with Gore-Tex for water protection with stretch. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, okay, wait a minute, here's where we can bring the fit and aerodynamics and breathability to what he's describing. So let's say he planted the seed, and then our development team took it and built it into the product. And one of the best things that happened is that it seemed like a crazy idea, a short sleeve rain jacket. Yeah. And not even with taped seams.
Okay.
Because back in 2009, our concept of rainwear was coming very much from the outdoor world, where we need to have a jacket where nothing can come in. Even though in our minds we knew
it's
we
going
were
to be
still sweating from the inside.
Yeah.
We knew this, but we didn't have the courage. So Gravelgoeroes, he also was like, hey, you're going to be wet from the inside or the outside, so it might as be warm and comfortable. So all of a sudden, we weren't trying to keep every drop out. So it changed really the goals we're trying to do. So, but we thought this is, we're never going to sell any of these. Who's going to buy a non-waterproof short sleeve rain jacket?
Yeah.
No one. So we kept it really simple, focused on what the pros needed. And the first season in the entire world, we only sold 278 jackets in the whole world. But I think just by seeing how many of them we saw in the pro racing with blacked out logos, I think half of the production of the first season ended up on the pros.
Okay. There's a story for the Kuurne that was really bad, bad weather.
Yeah, so the idea for these came up in August, and we developed them through the fall. Did some internal testing around the new year, produced just for the 9 riders or 10 riders doing the opening weekend.
Okay.
So Soren and me, we go to Het Volk.
Okay. Yeah.
For me, it's always Het Volk.
Yeah, Het Volk. Yeah. For a lot of people, it is still Het Volk. Yeah.
And so we delivered these jackets, and the riders were like, "Oh, wow, this is so cool. And just kind of feeling how aerodynamic they were going to be with this new jacket. Because back then everything was
baggy.
Was a tent.
Yeah, right? A parachute.
And Heinrich Hausler says, let's hope it rains on the way to Ghent tomorrow.
Okay.
So we're just going to go to the front and drill it.
Yeah.
And it's like, the riders already imagined that this is a game changer for racing. And so it had full, it didn't really rain.
Okay.
But the next day.
It was epic.
And there's when the storm came in and there was 80 kilometer an hour winds, 3 degrees and raining the entire time. And only 26 guys finished. But it was really Ushoft, Dominique Roland, these guys that really made the race just on the front. In the end, it didn't quite work out to win it, but I think there was 5 of the 26 finishers were from Cervelo.
With a Gabba.
Yeah. The next week, it was Juan Antonio Flecha. Is the first guy that he saw me, he's like, hey, aren't you the Castelli guy? Where can I get the black jacket? So that was 6 days later. It's like everyone was trying to buy the new jacket.
Okay, nice. That's a nice story. Good
that's
to know.
A really fascinating story.
It's good to know also that you're talking with one of the makers of the Gabba. So really good job, by the way. I think 3 or 4 Gabbas with short sleeves.
That's all?
Yeah, at the moment, yes. The blue one, black one, red one, and our own Smugglers.
Where's the name coming from, Gabba?
So Gabba, the name, is the nickname for Gravelgoeroes.
Okay.
So this is
it's named after him.
Well, this is a kind of funny story because we're making this new product that nobody understood.
Yeah.
In fact, the reason it has the drain holes in the back, of the back of the pockets, isn't so much really that water goes in there. It's like we needed some visual cues to make people understand what this is.
Okay.
Nobody's ever seen one before.
Okay.
Right. And so my creative mind is like, we also need to give this a name that describes what it is so people understand it. So the initial name was the Aero Rain Race Jacket.
Oh, that's a title.
That's a mouthful.
That's really
you
good,
need to be an engineer to understand almost.
Oh, it's Aero,
Rain,
Race,
it's all.
Jacket. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was the riders in the team that when they raise their hand or call on the radio for the jacket, they would call for a Gabba.
Oh, okay.
So it's the riders in the team that knew that it was from his idea.
Yeah.
That's when it started. So,
Okay.
Oh, that's a nice story.
It seemed like trying to keep it, calling it the Aero Rain Race Jacket was like trying to push water uphill. So we just went along with the riders and called it the Gabba.
All right.
Since the Gabba, it's a lot of other brands copied a lot of them, but never improved the Gabba.
There's a lot of secrets. That's why it's special.
Yeah.
We're that fabric is unique to us.
Yeah.
And the fabric, as Gore delivers it to us, will shrink. It has shrinkage rates anywhere from 4 to 16%.
Okay.
So we have to do a pre-shrinkage process.
Yeah.
We have to control each production run, and no one else would ever actually take the time to deal with that. A 16% shrinkage would mean that when you buy a size XL, after the first wash, it would become a size medium.
Okay.
All right.
If we didn't pre-shrink it.
That wouldn't be very good news for me.
No. That you have to buy it XXXXXL.
I would have to use it like a bandana or something.
So, nice story for the Gabba. So, everybody knows that Castelli is one of the head leaders of improving and making new clothes. So, also for the gravel scene, you have made the unlimited clothing.
Yeah.
And we are very pleased with that. How did you came to that? Where was the idea? I mean, what made Castelli decide gravel needs a new dress code? Yeah. Please tell us.
Well, I mean, myself and a number of the Castelli staff, we ride off-road and gravel and everything. And what we found ourselves doing is a lot of times we're riding in, I call it cycling clothing, right?
Yeah.
Traditional cycling clothing, and it works quite well.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't want to have the tight fit or the bright colors or the big logos and everything. And just the attitude you take to gravel is sometimes it's chill. It's chill, but also think about how much time we spend thinking about tire pressure and tire size and all this stuff. So it's still very technical, but we want to look like we don't care.
Yeah.
So So number one, our approach we called it unlimited.
Yeah.
Because we don't see this as being only gravel. It's more of a
Yeah,
approach.
you can do whatever you want with it.
And then gravel, I like this phrase, gravel is a surface, not a sport.
Yeah.
And so, the gravel attitude, you can still take that if you're riding on asphalt. The needs of the cyclist, our contact points are still the same. The effort level is more or less the same.
Yeah.
I find it's easier to go easy on gravel.
It is.
than on
It
the
is. It is.
But so our approach to it was try to bring all of the performance, the moisture management, the fit, the comfort, the durability. We try to actually raise the durability, in fact, because branches and whatnot. And then we just take our attention off of the aerodynamics because it's not as required. If you want aerodynamics on gravel, that's fine. We have everything
you need.
possibly need.
You can buy a size smaller and you have aero if you
that,
want.
or you can, if you want to. In fact, I do this sometimes. Our aero race jersey.
It fits also.
I did a 700 kilometer gravel, Veneto gravel, and by my estimates, just the numbers I know, even at gravel speeds, I used the aero race jersey on that event just because it was going to be a struggle to finish it. I probably saved about 25 minutes. Over 700 kilometers by using that. So, but when I'm riding just for fun, I'll still use a loose fit jersey. So, and when I got to the end of the 708 kilometers, I didn't want to ride for 25 more minutes.
No.
I can imagine.
Castelli, do it.
Yeah, I started gravel, you had two options: the race clothing, which is very aerodynamic. I don't have an aerodynamic shape, so you end up with mountain bike clothing, which is much too loose. And now I'm quite happy there's something in between, because indeed the unlimited I can easily fit, even with my posture, and it's really it's an ideal mixture of indeed everything you want from it's road cycling, but also the somewhat looser fit, the more
the baggy shorts,
fit,
the jackets.
So you can use it also for more like adventure. So
yeah,
it's really,
indeed. It's the looser shirts, the jackets. We are very happy with it, and you can have enough pockets everywhere, so you can put.
Yeah, and also the zipper pocket.
Yeah,
that's really
good, really good.
But then we test these products to the same standard as we do road products, like a baggy short. When we first got the sample, I went out and did a 160 kilometer ride just to make sure that this is a short I would still be happy with for a long ride.
Yeah.
And so, and we make the T-shirt that.
I know.
It feels and looks like a T-shirt, but it's made out of a technical fabric.
Yeah, the tech.
So, we test that to make sure it's something that we want to ride in for the long ride. So we have the same standard of what we're trying to reach in terms of excellence, but just take away the aerodynamics.
Yeah.
So only disadvantage for the short, for the baggy short, is that sometimes you get in panic. Where is my phone? Because you don't feel it sitting in the back pocket of your on your back. Oh no, it's in my side pocket.
I lost once my car keys. On a, I think it was Dirty Boar, and so you had to look for them somewhere in the woods. And now with these, that's why I really liked the unlimited.
With the zipper.
With the zipper, you can't lose it anymore. So that's really one of the things. It's maybe a small thing, but that was really something I really, really liked about it when you first had it.
Yeah. So Castelli Belgium asked me a few years ago to work together make a custom shirt for the Smugglers event. Damien, the designer of Castelli Benelux, I know him now for a few years. He said, please work with us. So last year we started with him. He made a design very nice, but a little bit without risk. So this year I said to Damien, look, we're going to make a shirt, but I want one that nobody else has. Either you like it or you hate it. I don't care, but make something that nobody has. Have you seen our shirt?
Not the final one.
Not yet. So we are here. So I'm going to give you the how do you say that, Bart? The preview or the
prototype,
sneak preview, or
the sneak preview, something like that. So here is our shirt. Please tell the listeners what you think about it.
The truth?
Yes, please.
I like it very much.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.
Yeah.
So premium gravel events.
Yes.
Smugglers, path.
Yeah, we don't want a big logo on it because everybody has a big logo of their events on it. And we want to be some subtle with the colors and with the logos. Of course, they are on it because you have to know that this from the Smugglers.
Do you have a name for this color?
Not yet. Do you have the name?
Smugglers green.
Smugglers green.
Gray? Is it,
Yeah,
is it green,
it's.
gray, or is it?
I ordered it as a black one, but it's changed to dark green. But I like it more in this color than it would be in black. So I'm really happy with it.
It's Damien's fault.
Yeah, it's Damien's fault. I'm gonna thank him for that.
Okay.
But it's a nice touch indeed.
Yeah, and we have also some details on it, Steve. When you look on the back side, on the shoulder, there, the 368. I'm very proud to get that also on the shirt. That's to honor a friend of us who passed through.
368?
Yeah, that's the number of
His bracelet.
everyone gets a bracelet at our events, and that was his number, and he passed away during the ride. So it was a.
So now he rides every ride with us.
He rides. We take him along with us every ride on our shoulder. So we have also some
Poetry?
some poetry on the belly, so that the average speed is not important, but the story at the campfire is, and that you know that UCI exists, but not that it's important. But you know also that it's not important. So I'm really proud of it, I must say.
This is the women's version, though, huh?
No. I
Okay.
don't know if it's the women version.
No, it's...
Oh, just a size small. Okay.
This is small. This is Wesley's shirt.
yeah.
It's for Baird.
No. So yeah, I'm really proud
I'm very
of it.
happy they make them in
It was
triple
also
XL.
very nice to see how they make it. So again, when you see how they print it on paper, then they stick it on the fabric. It was really.
It's completely different than you
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah, so this sublimation printing process, right? When they print it on the paper, it's using a inkjet printer like you used to have on your desk.
Yeah.
Those special inks that, when they get heated, they evaporate.
Yeah.
So it's not like a wax that comes
No.
out here. It's actually the
It takes
vapor.
Yeah.
And the color molecules attached to the polyester molecules in here, so it's permanent for
Yeah. It's really nice.
Really nice.
10,000 years from now.
Yeah.
It'll look like this.
Okay. Yeah. I was really proud when I saw how it is made, and even more proud when your colleague said it is the best custom shirt that they have seen already.
Yeah,
So
she says that to everyone.
Okay, yeah. So far, so good.
Yeah, but usually she puts rainbows on the
Okay,
front,
yeah, of
so
course, yeah.
you and Remco.
Yeah, I'm gonna call Remco, but your colleague is talking with Remco, so maybe we have a link directly to him in our network, so it will be nice. Okay.
Now Remco is going to want one of these.
Yeah, I hope. And then he posted on Instagram. We have again some more followers. Okay, nice. Now we have, like I said before on lunch to you, Bert has also his own sidekick
Rubric.
rubric, yes,
Yeah.
and it's called Albert Questionnaire. Albert Questionnaire.
Yeah, these are the lighter questions
Okay.
of the afternoon. So it's just to know each other a little, to play a little. It's also to make the listeners come to know you a little better. So one thing that I wonder, so you're into gravel. Which gravel ride really stays with you? If you have to name one that you say that was really something that I'll remember on my deathbed,
Yeah.
which one would you name? It can be something private. It doesn't have to be an event or something.
So the first year I tried to do the Veneto gravel. This is 2018, 19.
Okay.
So it's quite early.
Yeah, it's quite
gravel
early
days.
in the gravel scene. Yeah.
It was at 685 kilometers.
Okay.
So we started at 9:30 at night.
Okay. Alone.
No, it was with a
Yeah.
group. And so we rode the first 80 kilometers and stopped here, went right by the office. So we have an apartment, so we stopped here for a few hours of sleep. And I get up the next day, and it's really like being completely sick with bad stomach, bad head, fever.
Okay.
Because because I've spent quite a lot of time preparing for this. We start off, and after 20 kilometers, it's just bad.
Okay, not good.
Yeah. So I stopped at a friend's house and just unconscious on his couch for a while.
Okay.
But the problem is that the guy I was riding with, he came over from our U.S. office in Portland.
Okay.
All right.
And he has no light. He has no maps. He has nothing. So I sent this guy on. It's like, try to find somebody to follow. And so I was ready to call my wife to come and get me, but it's like after a few hours I started to feel better, and so I start off again with my stomach upset and throwing up, and do a shortcut across the route and pick up with him, and then poof, things came better. And it ended up I cut off this 40-kilometer section, and still ended up with doing the 585, 640, I guess, total kilometers in the end. But it's like,
okay, well done.
That was, it's kind of, that's when I started to find I like these long events.
All right.
As a challenge. One per year is enough, but
quite an achievement. Yeah. What's the most epic bike stunt you ever did?
Ooh, that is a few years ago. We rode back from Eurobike in a day.
How far is that in K?
The best way to do it is it's 470 kilometers.
In one time.
Across the Alps.
You have to cross the Alps. Yeah.
How many meters?
Five countries.
Okay. In one day.
Well, the worst thing is that you spend 4 days at Eurobike on your feet talking, eating bad German food.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
You don't have any German listeners, no?
Yeah.
Okay, bad German food. And then you don't sleep so much at night, because I was in the room with one of our reps that was like sleeping with a chainsaw.
Okay,
So I had 4 nights of no sleep, bad food. And
you have stallion feet, we call it.
Yeah. So we start off at 4 o'clock in the morning and rode across the Alps, and we got here at midnight. So
20 hours.
And you can't take the tunnels, I suppose. So
no.
You really have to cross the mountains.
It was the most beautiful route. It was amazing. But that was.
Is there then a car that?
We had support and stopped to eat every 2 hours, but it was still
even then.
That's quite a stunt.
But that's the only time I've done something like that.
So I suppose in your extended cycling career is perhaps a bad word, but
hobby.
Hobby. You have ridden quite some bikes. Is there one that you really are particularly attached to, that you say, if I have to save one from a burning house, which one would it be?
Well, so that's the first thing is I'm not very good at selling bikes. So
me neither.
Yeah. But my first real race bike when I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
No, 17 I must have been. Got the U.S. importer for Basso bikes made available some frames at a really good price to the club I was racing at the time. So I got this bike, built it up, and raced it on it through juniors, and then eventually, of course, moved on to a carbon bike and everything. But now, 35 years later, I live on the other side of the world on the same street as the owner of Basso bikes.
No, right.
Okay. And you still have the bike?
Still have the bike.
Oh, that's nice.
That's a nice.
And did he does he know that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So,
I'm proud also.
Yeah. So every year we do a vintage bike criterium in Bassano. So I pull that out. And
nice.
I still have my first jersey, which was also a Castelli jersey.
Okay.
From 1985.
It still fits?
Yep.
No. Can you tell that also, Bert? That the shirt of 20 years ago fits.
Well, actually, during the Corona, I lost quite some weight, so I was even fatter. Now I can fit professional equipment like Castelli clothing and stuff. But before it was just a dream. And so perhaps yes, but I'm not in the same shape like Steve. That's for sure. So I'm really happy you told me that. You're also more like enjoying gravel and more like party pace kind of guy than the strictly race guy. Because if we're going to ride tomorrow...
he was in panic, but in real panic. He was starting to sweat.
Look at him, he's really razor sharp.
I was worried you guys would want to go too fast. So.
No
worries there.
No worries there.
Okay.
No worries
Party
He was really panic attack. He said, "Erwin, I don't want to go. Look at him. He's a pro," and things. I said, "Bert, easy." And he always thinks in problems and never in solutions. So it's true, Bert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, I have Erwin to present the solution.
We can give you an Arrow jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
You're next.
So can I ask a question?
Of course.
I think the Smugglers Path, or the
French borders,
right? Yeah, sounds pretty fun.
Yeah. It is. We have the not regular events created. I will ask you some questions to see if you should fit.
If I can.
Yeah, of course you are. You're welcome. But when you are, for example,
if it's right for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's right for you, if it's right. For example, what's your preferred approach of gravel?
Yeah. I think everything in gravel is good.
Yeah.
But I also am more than happy to just go slow and party and fun and stop and
that's.
When I do the long events, the focus is I want to always have a smile on my face.
Okay.
So,
yeah, that's a really good approach. Yeah, because we do not the longest of distance. We have the long tour at Smugglers Path is 170 and French Border is 150. That's long enough to keep it nice and possible to arrive with a smile on your face. Sorry. But if you want, we have a group start, so in the morning. So this year we will have a DJ that was pumping up the beats, so everybody's awake and ready to rumble. And the people with a group start, the people who want to make it a fast day at the bike, be our guest. And the people who want to make it party pace, be our guest too. So when you are the first one at the finish, you get respect, and the last one will get the applause. That's our way of approaching the events, and I think we're good at that. Bert?
Yep, I was there at the first one, so, and I got hooked ever since.
You got respect?
When you at our website, when you can see the after movies of our earlier events.
Yeah, I'm on the first
one.
On the first one. With my dumb smile, like with the bag, the goodie bag.
Yeah, so we always make a good after movie, and it's really a nice smooth atmosphere with good food, with barbecue on the day before, because we have day tickets and weekend tickets. When you come over from here, it's obvious you take the weekend. So we have good food, meat on a barbecue, but also vegetarian. So we prefer to offer everything for everyone. And that's the atmosphere is well known, just like the quality of the
Yeah, it's really a party.
Yeah, it's really an event, a little bit of festival vibes. We create.
You like Belgian beer?
Sure.
Yeah, okay, that's another plus point. You think it off all together, because we have a partner, Cornelis Brewery. We have 2 stops there at the brewery, at the garden of there. It's really nice.
So the feed zones, yeah?
The feed zones, yeah.
Okay.
So after 50K, you arrive there the first time. There are some Belgian pies and some smuggler
not the
cooks.
Liquid refreshment.
No, not the bar, the energy bars and things. No, it's really good food. With a hook off, like they said, and the Belgian pies and the sherry cakes and things like that. It's really nice. And then you take a loop from another 50K and you arrive back at the brewery. And on your way back to the finish, you ride through the brewery. So you see the production process and things like that. So it's really nice, especially for people from abroad, like England, or we have last year somebody from South Africa who was really amazed by that. This was a really, really nice vibe. So that's again a good point, the Belgian beers. I'm gonna look. How is it with Aero? Do you prefer the Aero dress code or the baggy dress code?
Yeah, it's funny. I mean,
or mix.
Yeah, it depends on the day.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, again, good.
Unfortunately, fortunately, I have quite a good selection.
Of course. Yeah. You're sitting on. How do you say that? You're sitting on the source.
Yeah, but I always have the prototypes, the test.
Okay.
Prototypes.
Yeah.
So I never get the final really good.
Yeah,
piece,
yeah,
so.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But then there's always the next prototype. So now go everything from baggy shorts to loose jerseys to our tech T-shirt down to our Aero jersey. So yeah.
Okay. Because our basic rule is with Aero you don't make friends, and that I need a little explanation for that. Not that we are against racers or people who wants to race, but we think you have more fun if you take your time to enjoy our event and to
also learn to know some people on the event.
to get some contacts with other.
I mean, my approach is that with the Aero, you can dress Aero. It doesn't mean you have to.
No. But when
It's
you
more like the philosophy.
But you can tell when somebody is really dressed Aero, and he's really slim, that he's probably a racing type, and that he will race at our event, which is good for him, and we're happy with that. But again, the one with the second part of the group who arrives is just as good as the first one for us.
What I like about gravel is however you want to do it is
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, indeed.
You can put it in a box. You have bikes that are more like road bikes, and then you have bikes that are more almost mountain bikes with a drop bar. So
everybody is welcome.
it.
Yeah, it's a very big range for people. So that's what we really like, and we think you have more fun when you look aside you than only at the rear wheel of the rider in front of you.
For sure.
So again, you're coming close to get to the Smugglers level. Again, we make 2 events. One in Hamondakkel, which is my hometown, which is without altitude. Do you like climbing on the gravel bike? Okay.
No.
Okay.
you're living in the wrong spot here.
Okay.
All I see
wait,
is mountains.
On the other side of this mountain, you have 200 kilometers of
Okay,
It's
yeah.
like
That's where
That's
we go.
perfect. You can train on climbing and then do flat.
yeah.
Okay, and then we have our second event. Before I told you about Smuggler Spot in the last weekend of May every year, and then the second of our events is the French borders. That's of course at the borders with France in Herbemont. It's much.
That sounds like an Aero race jersey name, French.
Yeah, no. Well, right.
Okay.
The people who know us, they see when there is a Smugglers logo that it's not gonna be a race.
French smugglers.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost. So it's also some little bit smaller. For example, in Hamondakkel we have 500 participants, which means not all 500 are taking the weekend, but 150 more or less take the weekend, 350 take the day. In Herbemont, because from our place it's almost 2.5 hours drive, there are 220 or 240 people who join us, and there we have 100 people who stays for the weekend, and the rest is for the day tickets. Unfortunately, you don't like climbing, because there are 2,500 meters of altitude on 150k.
No, if I have to, I can.
Yeah. I think your profile is perfect for that, right?
I don't like climbing either, because gravity is against me. It's so heavy to climb. But when the scenery is really nice and the vibe is good, you do it, and it's also the suffering that also afterwards gives you some kind of reward.
I guarantee you, Steve, when you join one of our events, even if it's Smuggler Spot or even if it's French Borders, you will be amazed, because some people who join us for the first time, they're always returning, so that's the best advertising that's possible. The Clement clients are coming back, and they are all very enthusiastic. For example, when the French Borders, there is a loop, but after 50k, you're always in the possibility to cut off directly to the finish. For example, when you have bad stomach or bad legs, you can say, I don't want to ride 150 or 110k, that's a small loop. There's always a possibility to cut off. So everybody asks before the event if it's possible, and nobody does it. So that's the thing, that's something to know. So it's really, really a nice track. Voila, that's that. Did you get a little bit enthusiastic about it. Have you seen our website, by the way?
Yeah, and the videos look amazing.
Okay, so... Yeah.
Fred will be very happy to hear that.
Fred will be very happy, so it's amazing. I think you...
He's our video maker?
Yeah, he's a friend of us. Normally the second co-host, but he couldn't join us to this trip because he has to work.
Okay.
And he's making our videos, and they are really good. People who listen and want to check it out, please check out www.smugglers.be. I think you almost ticked every box to join us, Steve. Okay, so
there's no escaping now.
There's no escaping
except the
anymore.
barbecue.
Except the barbecue. Yeah, but like we said, we have vegetarian version also, so and it's also really good. So
and pizza.
And pizza, of course. Okay. Yeah, without ananas, without
pineapple.
Pineapple, just without pineapple. So that's you hit every box for that.
Okay.
So we're gonna make.
What should I do first?
I think with the end of May, it's always difficult with the Giro.
This year is difficult.
And but like I said, the French borders. In my opinion, I worked 3 years on the track. In my opinion, it's really the best track possible to build in that region and more set in Belgium.
Okay, so Damien and I can come and
offshore.
Okay, offshore. Damien's too fast. He might be too fast for
Damien.
We can sabotage his bike.
Yeah, but Damien, he's very adjustable. When you say party pace, he's also a fan of party pace.
He's a member of Fat Cat Cycling Club. So am I, and that's really like. They stop over at every bakery for some. How do you say coffee cooker?
Yeah.
For a pacer or something. It's really laid back.
Yeah, he's really laid back, and you're
16 September.
16 September.
Perfect.
Always the last weekend of the summer.
Okay.
Starting on Friday with a warming up in Belgium.
It's still nice in November here.
Yeah, here it is. Okay. Here it is. But officially, it's in Belgium. It's the last weekend of summer. So, and we always start on Friday with a warm-up ride, Saturday with the event ride, and Sunday with the hangover ride. It's really nice. So I really hope you and some of your colleagues can join, and then you can see our custom shirts in action.
Perfect.
So we had lunch this afternoon, and we talked about the ride tomorrow.
Yep.
Please explain again, because Bert is still
a
little nervous.
Okay, so we're going to start off from Bassano del Grappa.
Okay.
We're going to go south along the Brenta River.
Okay.
So it's along the banks of the river, really nice. A few back roads with asphalt.
Okay.
And much of the time is on dirt or light gravel path, but not even a road. It's more like a single track.
Okay.
Easy. I mean, I've ridden it on a even 25 millimeter road tire. And then we have 30 kilometers on the river. Then we do a section on a converted railway.
Okay.
And then we go across the Colli Berici. So these are the mountains south of Vicenza.
Okay.
So this is where Tullio Campagnolo used to do his training.
Okay, nice.
Mm-hmm. Then we go across, so we get to 400 meters elevation. Then we drop down to where Davide Rebellin lived.
Okay.
And then we come back to Bassano, a mixture of road and gravel. So it should be around 120 kilometers. We have,
very nice.
I organized the weather. We start at about 10 degrees. We have a maximum of 17.
That's
sunshine.
20 degrees more than we were in yesterday at the Brenner Pass.
It was quite frightening when we did
yesterday when we made the transfer at the Brenner Pass.
Yeah, the Brenner Pass.
It was
snowing
-5 snowstorm, and everybody in the vans were looking for it. Oh my!
And when we arrived,
God.
it was like pouring.
Yeah. We couldn't see any mountain because it was so much cloudy and mist and things like that. It was.
Luckily, it looks much better today.
Yeah, today it's going to be
hopeful.
much better. Okay,
so that's stop and have a nice lunch.
Yeah,
a few coffee stops.
Yeah,
and then
sounds like a party.
Yeah, I think we'll have to make you a member of Fat Cat Cycling Club too. You fit the bill.
I think I have some stickers from them with us. Also some Smuggler stickers. So we're gonna. Everybody can join the club. we're gonna exchange some stickers. Okay, Steve, thank you for having us, because it was a really honor for me to do our first podcast in English. Is it my English good enough to broadcast?
It's very good, yeah.
Okay, no, very good. But okay, thank you very much.
Good enough.
Good enough. Again, I'm really proud to have the possibility to visit you, because we only have 3 editions of Smugglers Pod, and we are sitting here with our own custom shirts made by Castelli, available, by the way, at the Cycle Wear web shop only, exclusively. I will put that in the show links for the people who wants to join them or buy them. Again, thank you, and I think I speak from all the team. We are very happy to be here, and we are looking forward to our ride in a few minutes and for tomorrow. Okay.
So thanks for the visit. Thanks to the live audience.
Okay, yeah. For everybody who has listened to this podcast, thank you very much for your attention. Again, it was an honor for us to record it, and I hope we can make another special soon in English with some other interesting clients. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.